Zilean versus Aatrox. By the way, I actually did not get to mention this in the last cast. So I talked to someone whose father is a linguistic professor.
Okay.
I believe, is that the title? Anyways, both Aatrox and Aatrox are acceptable.
I mean, I've accepted both of them.
Based on English, yeah, so.
I mean, when you come to...
I was having a little bit of a struggle, you know, and I
yeah.
wanted to get to the bottom of that.
There was someone that was very upset about Aatrox. Very upset about it. And there was something that I saw in a Twitter thing that I think they thought I was Valdez or something like that. I don't know. I wasn't casting that day, and there was someone yelling at me about pronouncing Aatrox incorrectly and linked me to a demonstration of how it's supposed to be pronounced. And I personally just don't care. I think Aatrox is probably...
Honestly, I'm personally a very big fan of as his proper pronunciation.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Yeah. That is the
That's when
correct.
Both the A's, the T-R-O-X, are all silent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes a lot of getting used to, and I'm sorry if you couldn't understand because of my accent, but...
I actually think that Zilean would be a great pick for Kuzan. Because Zilean Olaf is a great combo. It's not going to happen. As that could be another support Pantheon.
And it's looking like that actually could be the case. So Pantheon's going to actually be able to follow Kai'Sa on all of her engages.
And set up her engages as well.
And set up the engages.
Stun. That's absolutely fantastic. And remember, Kai'Sa's set was a very standard combo on the bottom side. And I think that Pantheon support is just a better version of set support, without, I guess, the AoE stun of the Facebreaker. Ikssu going to go towards a monkey on the top side of the map, and that is Mickey locking away Twisted Fate. So, these are very strong champions.
Yeah, and I'm assuming that at this point Azir would just come in for dynamics. I think that would make a whole lot of sense. This is also a spot for Kassadin. He could even come in. I think both of those are viable options, but no, it's going to be Lissandra.
We've got a lot of AoE happening here.
So, in theory, Twisted Fate should actually annihilate her. So I don't know what is happening there. Also, I'm unsure. I think the matchup also gets a lot worse if Mickey's able to play hybrid TF.
No,
as TF, when Twisted Fate, or when Lissandra was actually in her heyday, a lot of people were trying to use Twisted Fate as an answer, but then they couldn't make it work in the team compositions, even though the Twisted Fate was fine in the lane phase. And that's when Lissandra was very, very strong and sort of everywhere. So this is going to be pretty interesting. I'm very excited for the Lissandra sound effects in the game.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That's always what we look for.
Nails on a chalkboard.
Yep. Well, I mean, SeolHaeOne Prince do have a lot better champions. Whether they're going to work coherently together is going to be the question. Twisted Fate getting around to all of these lanes, though. The lane setup is certainly going to be there. And we'll see whether it's going to be Flawless that's able to own the jungle this time around. Because Beyond really was able to dictate the pace in game number 1. And they do have a lot of teamfight, a lot of AoE, a lot of lockdown on the side of Team Dynamics. But whether it's actually going to work as the game progresses is going to be the question, because Twisted Fate compositions can snowball very, very quickly.
And, well, this is going to be match number 11, game 2. And honestly, even though I personally like SP's team composition, and I think it does have a lot of modes, I think that Dynamics are still probably going to win because their teamwork and also just the level of play just seems better.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of tools that Dynamics have going for them. Once Lissandra gets the first reset, Kuzan should be able to just match priority on the lists. And then that can obviously cause problems. I am curious to see ikssu try to win against Rich in Wukong versus Aatrox.
Yeah, I'm curious, but not in a good way. You know, it's not the right kind of curious.
That's the worst kind.
Yeah. As GuGer and deokdam sitting here in mid lane, seeing whether or not they can pounce on Mickey. As GuGer could ward and then immediately stun. As, yep, over the wall. Stun does come in. Good night. That is a very comfortable
Pantheon getting it is so big.
Yeah.
Because as soon as he can get to that serrated dirt, his all-in and lethal potential is just so absurd. So him getting the first blood, super massive. Also, Mickey being forced to blow his teleport super early. Now, at 6 minutes, obviously, they'll have access to Spellbook, so not end of the world there. But this is definitely very scary, and I am so excited that we continue to keep seeing support Pantheon.
I think it'll be his third win, and if GuGer continues this level of play, fourth win, and also, he's got a player of the game every single time. His hybrid's down to about 100, well, yes.
And I mean, this actually means that just at level 2, if deokdam and GuGer do it right, hybrid's just dead.
Yeah, now, there's still a flash. GuGer still has flash.
이거 빵택 아래쪽으로 가야 얘가 나올 것 같은데? 나온다.
Oh, he's coming back.
나이스! 나이스!
I think Kuzan like that. I think Kuzan like that.
라인 건드렸네.
헤이건.
나이스!
이게 너무나.
And, well, I guess that's it for that one. As we come back into live, it doesn't look like GuGer and deokdam are trying to go for lethal. Now, the curious thing here is that they're not going to be able to achieve too much. I'm interested to see if they would just hard shove wave 4 and then recall? No, they're going to ward.
Okay.
Scuttle Crab's coming up, though. They could go and get Scuttle Crab. That would be a thing.
That is definitely a thing. We got a lot of losses for Graves that we're going to bring up onto your screen right here. Everyone having a go at it. Only 3 junglers so far that have not played the Graves to a loss. It's sort of a rite of passage here in the LCK to lose on Graves. So far, Flawless has not, and so it's now his turn to find a loss on the Graves.
And there it is. There's the Scuttle Crab. Going to end up getting picked up. They're going to give it over to deokdam. It's going to give him a bit of mana restore.
And this is not a lane that Kai'Sa Pantheon should be winning, right? Like, in my mind, it feels like it definitely should never be Kai'Sa and Pantheon favored in the early game. It's GuGer just going 1 versus 2, and there's a Void Seeker from deokdam.
Oh!
Well, that was a bad thing.
If it wasn't for that turret shot, that would have been a pretty nice one trade, especially because GuGer has the Ignite coming back up soon. Yep. And while Yuumi does have Heal and Exhaust, it would just get very scary. Now, Beyond wins the smite.
Yeah, just wanders in there. Takes away the big Krug. Flawless. Even health with the Olaf right now as the Undertow will slow down the Graves. And GuGer's going to rotate over as Mickey's down to, I don't know, very small amount of health for some reason here in the mid lane.
I'm going to go with 36.723% HP
yeah, I think it's something
was
like
remaining there. Yeah. And I get it, you know.
That's another smite.
That's another smite. Yeah, Beyond is, he's beyond tilted.
That's beyond tilting.
Yeah.
Flawless anyway. As GuGer's standing on a ward with Beyond.
And they're just playing this really slow. And these are the lane states where you can see that you're not achieving anything with the minions. Now, we identify this as Wave A. Wave B is about to arrive. You hard shove it, you crash, you just reset, everything's fine. But let's see what they end up doing. GuGer can just throw a spear through all the minions and help Kai'Sa.
It looks to me like they wanted to stay in lane to give Beyond a chance to take down this Drake without getting countered or anything like that. GuGer's going to rotate over, collect that one. I don't mind it. Just making sure that you can get the early objectives. Second dragon will be the Ocean. Same first 2 Drakes this time around. We'll see whether it's going to be Mountain Soul or Infernal Soul as we get further into this game. Last time, of course, it was the Infernal Soul, and Dynamics were able to pick that one up. But yeah, Beyond is just completely out-jungling Flawless this whole series.
I mean, it helps a lot that Twisted Fate started the game a little bit late. That affects a lot of dynamics because Mickey comes back to the lane, doesn't have the teleport available. Kuzan maintaining perma-prio, winning the trades, giving Olaf the ability to invade, and then with the trade that happened bot lane at level 1, it's easy for Olaf to play around the map, whereas Flawless, he doesn't have any options. He can't gank top lane. I mean, we have Rich dominating ikssu yet again.
Is this what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
Just holding onto that minion wave
I think
just
he's
outside his turret.
Yeah, honestly, you know, pretty nice.
Yeah.
And Flawless, I mean, he's gonna finally ding level 5, but Olaf is just so comfortable right now in this game. Remember, Rich has teleport.
And also has a perfect lane state. I don't think that a Wukong and a Graves are going to be diving into this Aatrox at any point. And Olaf is in the perfect position to help out if anything does go wrong. So far, Dynamics continuing their fantastic macro play.
Yeah.
This is something that we saw deteriorate in their series against Afrika, but before that, they did look much better. They were up against KT in their first match, and it was a pretty comfy 2-0 for Dynamics.
And they just seem to be having a lot of good cohesive play. I mean, Lissandra just continuing to do Lissandra things.
Yeah, yelling at the minion wave.
Yep.
GuGer finds himself yet another stunt. Conqueror prop very, very early, as is the way of a Pantheon. And avoiding that Mystic Shot means that things are just getting worse and worse here for Hybrid and Secret. And it just... Watching this lane is so strange, LS. Because I watch it and I see Kai'Sa and I see it's the early game. And shouldn't she be getting crushed by Ezreal Yuumi?
Well, the Pantheon's W, the point and click, is sort of like the 2-for-1 because you're landing on the Yuumi host, and then because of Pantheon's E, Yuumi and Ezreal can't reciprocate damage, they have to just disengage. So anytime Pantheon has both W and E up, the trade's always going to go in their favor, and Ezreal's just not strong enough yet to really offer anything. Big trade!
Yep, there's the ulti flash comes out. There's a teleport back. Mickey does have a gold card ready, but that's a flash forward. Ulti comes down. Rich is going to get all of the sweet spots as now ikssu trying to get the damage back. One auto on a Mickey would have done it, but they do not find it. Dynamics remain in control, but they get denied that kill.
Yeah, and a little bit unfortunate for Rich and Kuzan. Rich went a little bit too far backwards as the TP did come in. deokdam and GuGer just completely destroying Hybrid and Secret down here in bottom right now.
Yeah, this bottom lane is not going very well at all.
Olaf, yeah, just continuing to power farm, minute and a half until Ocean.
Yep, I do want to go back to what I was talking about, and I guess the fact that everything else happened around the map, it does have flow-on effects to the bottom lane, so Hybrid and Secret can't play as aggressively because you can see beyond. He's been here for a very long time so far this game. Yep, but still going to be some farm denied. The plate goes down.
Oh. That's interesting, as they didn't commit to it.
Still deny cannon.
Yeah.
The experience, but the gold.
Hybrid and Secret did indeed mess up with their spacing, but seems like they just didn't want to capitalize on it, and now it's so bizarre. Now they seemingly want to capitalize after Ezreal Yuumi hits 6. So, another turret plate goes down. Now remember, Pantheon does have E. I have no idea what's going on anymore. Please, cameraman. How's top lane?
Yeah, I don't know. We can have a look.
All right,
we can have a look.
Perfect, perfect. Yes.
Wild cards. Not going to be landing onto Kuzan at this moment in time. GuGer's at 300 health. And so he's going to have to use that E pretty effectively.
Yeah, they need to get out of this lane immediately. Yeah, deokdam's just going to CS this last minion, probably shoot it with W, yep. And I don't know why you would ever recall on that brush. I don't understand why Hybrid wouldn't just Q or... Okay, well, like, whatever, must be nice.
Can we go check out another lane again?
We're in mid lane, Ocean coming up in 18.
I mean, there's been a lot of curious things that have happened in this this game. It started in the draft. Like, the fact that Rich is able to play the Aatrox is curious.
It is indeed. He ended up getting a hold of it on R3. Kuzan ahead in EXP, not sure by how much. You can also see Twisted Fate's passive is a pretty cool ability.
Yeah.
Able to be almost even with Lissandra at this point in time.
But as far as the amount of pressure that is being held onto in this game, certainly not even, as we're going to have exactly the same Drakes. And it looks like they're going to exactly the same team at this point. So far, 6 out of 6 Drakes going over to Dynamics. As ikssu Nimbus strikes forward and is now just going to beat down these minions waiting just outside of turret range.
Well, another wave clear just done, and this is a very ABC bread and butter game that's going on here. We haven't had a lot of kills in the early and mid game between these two teams.
No.
Not a whole lot of action.
It feels like a macro off that SP didn't even know that they were playing. It hasn't really been working. Smoke screen comes down. Flawless going to return the favor from earlier. Beyond doesn't want this camp to be denied.
GuGer looking for any sort of a roam, does have the Pantheon ultimate available. And this is one of the cool things about Pantheon support as well, is he's able to roam into mid lane while having the Grand Skyfall still available to him and able to be with Kai'Sa and bot. So in the event that Ezreal Yuumi would be trying to get a little bit cheeky, he would just be able to make his way back down into bottom. And it really helps with Pantheon's overall pressure on the map. And then because he goes Umbral Glaive as the first item, he has so much vision control, so much threat. Such a good champion. And honestly, Mickey is, I think he's about to get set back to Disney World.
Yeah, that's happening as in goes deokdam. Mickey's very, very dead. GuGer takes away the kill, but that's okay, as he's going to give him the thumbs up. And Flawless walks on in and just clears out the minion wave. We've got a red buff coming up in a couple of seconds' time on the side of SP. That could be gathered by Beyond, but GuGer's going to be the one lying in wait. As we're having a look at possibly a Ghostblade start or a Duskblade here for deokdam. I'm not sure what the go-to Kai'Sa build is at the moment. She can make use of a lot of things, but this is not exactly what I was expecting.
Yeah, this is an interesting Kai'Sa build. I have not seen this before.
Well, let's see whether it works out as ikssu pops his second Cyclone. But Rich is very happy in this matchup so far. Flawless comes in, but way too late. And we've got to dive, so we're going to go for it. There's the gold card. ikssu gets in and will be able to take down the Aatrox, but not without losing a large portion of his health bar and control everywhere else on the map.
This actually costs them minion wave in mid. It's going to cost them several turret plates. They're losing pressure on the other side. Now, they're going to get a lot of turret plates up in top lane, which I suppose is a benefit. Rich has been doing really good, obviously, though, in the CS department. He's still ahead of Wukong through all of this. And
this turret's dead.
Yeah, this turret. All right, that's another turret plate. And also another minion wave. So, just in terms of minions that TF lost, it was a kill.
Yeah,
Two turret plates, another kill. Yes, they got turret plates, they got CS up in top lane, but honestly, the damage is just done elsewhere.
It's a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah.
Yes, they did manage to get the kill, so I guess that evens that out, but the CS is going to make up for that one, and the turret plates are just icing on top. It's 100% a one trade for Dynamics. So we're going to have a look at this. Dive onto Mickey once again.
And Mick, I mean, it was one of the most simple kills that we've seen here in the LCK. Thumbs up just for good measure. Replay comes in here. And World Ender cast by Rich. Second activation of Wukong's ultimate ability. And then Twisted Fate comes in here, Destiny Gate. Flawless ends up tanking up the turret, and a pretty easy kill onto Rich, but at what cost, one might ask, as, okay, he's honestly, at this point, he's getting bullied.
Yep, GuGer is going to deny a lot of that turret damage, though, as well. Ender should keep Rich alive. Mickey taking so much damage there in the mid lane. You have to keep your mind on those frozen thralls. If one of these kills does go down in favor of Dynamics, it's going to work, but here goes ikssu. He is going to pop the decoy, and this is a lot of work being done by SP. True Shot Barrage is going to be denied by Kuzan at the very end, but SeolHaeOne Prince do bite back.
Yeah. And Hybrid getting a kill, very big. Oh!
Flawless going to survive for the moment. Now, deokdam, you are very, very dead, my friend. Wild cards even land, and Hybrid's going to get yet another one. 2-0-0 now on the Ezreal. So, is this the game that Hybrid carries?
Well, this might be the game. I mean, things are getting set up for him to do so, and honestly, Dynamics, they just really threw away a lot of edges, and also, it was right before the Infernal Dragon was coming up, so a very surprising series of events. They try to dive Mickey, and long did they wait, but they got debated in the very end by the stopwatch. Really cool.
In the meantime, Hybrid is just getting jumped on by GuGer, and Mickey is dead, guys. I'm not sure what he was doing there. It looked heroic. It was a mistake.
He thought it was a new ride at Disneyland. You leave him alone.
I mean, is Disneyland even open? I don't think it is. I think it's closed. But maybe that he was looking for a ride at Disneyland. Flawless He's going to look to steal away the Drake and does so. It takes 2 kills, but they still at least deny Soul Point for another 5 minutes, and that might be important.
Well, that is super big, actually. That would have been a super early Soul Point.
Yeah.
One of the earliest ones that we've ever had. Okay, well, honestly, I mean, if that... yeah. All right, well, the Ramus, yeah. As now Dynamics might just look to start the Rift Herald again, huh?
How many times
it's abuse
have we
at
seen
this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe they're doing this to Mickey Mouse over here.
Yeah.
They're really just trying to send a message here, and honestly, I'm not liking it.
Neither am I.
As, yeah, the Zoomies pretty good.
Yep, Hybrid turning up at exactly the right time is certainly good news as well, as Killer Instinct was then used to the detriment of the
Mickey,
Kai'Sa.
I mean, I have no idea what he's doing there. And honestly, I mean, if Disneyland wasn't closed, it is now with that kind of gameplay. Infernal did end up getting stolen away by Hybrid. He was able to make the steal.
Yep. Flawless got in there with the Smiter in her. As he will also take away Grumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
Are we okay with Grumptilda as being the other one, the replacement for Bertha?
Oh no, they're both Lord Grompulus.
Oh really?
Ribbiton of Croaksworth, yes.
Ribbiton of Croaksworth.
Yeah. Lord Grompulus.
I like Grumptilda though. The Banjo-Kazooie shout out.
He's actually in both places at once.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is actually.
Is he just vibrating between both places?
Yeah.
So what happens when one of them's alive and one of them's dead? Does that mean that he's vibrating between the Death Realm and his current position?
Not actually dead.
Oh.
One of those.
Oh yeah, because he pops out of the little hole.
Yeah, well, he pays off some journalists and some reporters and stuff, He does one of those things. Not a big deal.
All right, well, that's some control wards in that, bro.
Yep.
Hybrid will take the red buff. 2.5 minutes until this confirmed break, but it doesn't really matter. We're still going to fight around this area as Beyond. Spotted out. Final chapter is pretty good. Stops Rich from getting in there, but in goes the Pantheon. ikssu trying to make this fight work, but he's going to have to get out of there with the decoy very, very early. Dynamics will regain control. Rich down relatively low here towards the bottom side of the map, but should be able to use his Death Dance to get that health bar back up again. And there it is. No, it doesn't actually have it. So he's gone for the Black Cleaver as his first item this time around, wanting to maximize the CDR.
So the thing I like about Aatrox's Black Cleaver in this game, or well, I can also say that I dislike deokdam's lethality that he has with the Dirk, but the Black Cleaver is actually very good for helping, I guess, the Kai'Sa and the Pantheon.
Yeah.
So there is some value there. And these fights are absolutely going to be bloody, because Lissandra is going to want to get her passives off in these team fights. 1.5 minutes until the next Infernal Dragon, and really this could have been the second Infernal Soul of the night for Dynamics in a back-to-back. Which, I mean, I don't even know the odds of that. As Mickey, he's going to come over here, he's going to take unnecessary damage. I mean, it's not the end of the world. He's going to be fine. You leave him alone, Atlas. I know what you're thinking.
I didn't say anything.
All right, well.
I was looking at the gold values and looking at the fact that GuGer is close to 2,000 gold ahead of Secret. Which is,
yeah, Ionian Boots and Executioners.
And an Umbral Glaive. It's doing very, very well.
Yeah.
I still don't understand the serrated Dirk, though. I was thinking about it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, it helps with the early game, right? But Hybrid's going to be building armor. Yeah,
that's the other weird thing. And then also Graves with his grit.
Yeah.
I don't... Not a good look. Not a good look here.
It's a strange one. But that's fine.
Is it fine?
Well, he's also going AP cut.
Now he's going AP. What is going on?
Well, AP, I guess, is going on. Maybe he just thought he was a different champion for a second. He's like, well, I got a Dirk here. That's fine.
Okay.
And he does have one.
He does, actually. That is a fact.
Yeah, and he's ahead in farm. You leave him alone, LS.
All right, I'm sorry.
Wallace pops on over, gets control ward, gets some bad news about the amount of friends he has over there.
Graveskin looks like it's on a Halo.
It does, actually.
Right?
Or what's that other game? The Xbox one. Gears of War.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, Gears of War.
Yes, very astute analysis of the situation here.
Thank you. And actually, in the original Graves, before he got the visual update, it looked very Gears of War there as well. As all like GuGer, as Rich is going to be taken down to about half health. Doesn't care too much about it because he is, of course, the Aatrox.
Oh.
Having a look at the item comparisons between Hybrid and deokdam. I hope that the Korean commentators are also getting confused about what's going on there. The port back is not going to be broken here, and Rich is going to go back home. Teleport at the ready. Can get himself in position.
Okay. Frontal teleport.
Okay. Oh, he was thinking about running straight into that.
Yeah, that was very strange. And I don't know if he's going to ping a level up. Doesn't look like it. And this is scary. This is all about Hybrid on the Ezreal with the Yuumi. He needs to soften them all up. They do get the Scuttle Crab. Smokescreen wasted, actually.
There's a lot of value. I mean, hit 4 people.
Oh, okay.
That ain't bad, as Rich is going to do a lot of damage there. Sorry, take a lot of damage there, as in goes ikssu. There's the flash into the Cyclone, as Kuzan keeps himself alive with his stopwatch now. Self-ultimate just to buy space, and flashes his way out. But that's not going to help you get a Drake, nor will it help you stay alive, but Kuzan does. For the meantime, Mickey also going golden as in goes deokdam right into the middle of the fight. There are such low health bars, but no one's died just yet. Finally, Beyond will fall down, but the Dragon is going to eat up GuGer in the end, and it is a victory for SeolHaeOne Prince.
And that is a super big victory for them. That's going to net them the second Infernal Dragon, I believe, as well. And all of a sudden, the game has really turned on its head off of that Graves Dragon Seal. They've now managed to restabilize.
And I mean, this should have been only the first Drake going over to SeolHaeOne Prince, but thankfully for Flawless, he was able to steal that one away. Are we going to see our first Graves win for 2020 summer?
Well, this could definitely be it. Rich did not have Death Stance available. Let's take a look at this one more time. Rich comboing on Hybrid, but he just arcane shifts over the wall, and then Rich loses all of his HP. deokdam even getting tagged by that True Shot Barrage, and ikssu getting so much value. GuGer gets out of the team fight. Kuzan flashing away, gets tagged by a gold card. They go back in on Kuzan, and honestly, they got super unlucky there. I'm just going to be...
Yeah.
So, in this team fight, so close. ikssu almost ended up going down. Everyone on SeolHaeOne Prince losing so many summoners, but the Dragon came back to bite Pantheon, honestly.
Really did. And in fact, Pantheon was looking to try and deny damage from the team of SeolHaeOne Prince. Didn't know that the Dragon was very angry at him as well, so a little bit unfortunate for him. deokdam has built up his Nashor's Tooth. He's looking for his Ginsu's Rage Blade. And I guess the you can sort of make some sense out of the Serrated Dirk by getting the evolution on your Q, utilizing that one.
Yeah.
Probably didn't have enough AD from just the Essence Reaver, so didn't want to rely on getting towards a pickaxe to put towards a Rage Blade earlier. Although, he could have just done that instead. We'll see.
Well, 3.5 minutes until the next Infernal Dragon comes up. This is still a game, but I would say that SP are now probably favored. All things considered, Lissandra is stuck right now. This is the thing that happens to mages a lot, especially when they have to build utility items.
Well, Rich could be in trouble here as the Destiny does come down. In goes Mickey. And that is going to be good night, Aatrox. After a little while, as of course he's able to keep himself up for quite some time, Dynamics are deciding that let's just take a Baron, as there is a TF without teleport or Destiny on the bottom side of the map. Kuzan, though, getting chased down by Hybrid, landing all of the Qs.
Oh, it's a mess. It's a mess. Go next.
Where are we going? Kuzan is going to find the support here, and he should fall down. Mickey's going to come in. Will have a gold card available, but he won't need it as ikssu just solo kills the Pantheon. Don't know why he decided to go there.
Now, there is a Blast Cone. So SP is going to want to make sure that at the very least they kill it, so they don't lose like Fnatic did. All right, already taking more protective measures once upon a time.
I like it. Beyond doesn't have his flash, so of course can't actually get into that bit as True Shot Barrage going to find no one. Kuzan is over the wall. He does have the claw, as it is going to be taken there by Mickey, and Beyond is going to die as well. Just as a buy one, get one free. And I don't know what happened to Dynamics. Do they still have their headsets on? They do? I can't confirm, but something is certainly off.
And honestly, it was that one team fight in mid where they tried to dive Mickey, and then botching that, and then getting the Infernal Dragon stolen right in front of their face. Very tilting. And you can see Rich down here. He's trying to shove in the minion waves, just trying to crash it. And that is pretty much all that she wrote.
Yeah.
As GuGer, yeah, he was trying to join the fray, not quite able to.
It's a great bounce back from this Iksu, though, you have to say. After a pretty forgettable performance on the volley bay, he's been able to find the flanks that he needs. Now with Death Dance and his Trinity Force 4-0 and 3. He's the one that this team are getting behind. He's going to take this tower on the bottom side. Baron buff working out for them so far. Dynamics, of course, not out of it yet. It's only 3,000 gold, and there is still a dragon or two to be had, but these Infernal Drakes are starting to stack. And there is a lot of damage on SeolHaeOne Prince's side. Like, they utilize this dragon very, very effectively.
Yeah. And in 40 seconds, there's going to be another Infernal Dragon.
Yeah. Rich, not sure whether I would have made that decision, but he's going to be told that that is a bad idea very quickly. GuGer going to dive on forward, but going to have to mitigate a lot more damage than that as ikssu. Cyclone, second application, I think still available. No, not going to be able to use it just yet as Mickey's flashed on in.
Whoa!
Goodbye, Team Dynamics. As Kuzan does ult himself, but he's in amongst all of the enemies. And that is going to be very close to an ace as GuGer, the only one left standing. And this may just be the end of the game in 27 minutes. And that is a clapback from SeolHaeOne up against Dynamics. Assuming they're actually going to be able to take this one down.
Yeah,
he has teleport, so it looks like he's just trying to use it to keep minions alive.
Wow, it's going to be another fast game number 2.
Anything you can do, I can do better, as it is going to be a 28-minute win on SeolHaeOne Prince's side. And you have to say, that's a throw.